Today we're going to talk about some bumpers. We are trying to build a actual comp truck here, so the goal of this build is to take some off-the-shelf parts, do a little special custom work on it here and there, something not too complicated, try to find some good competition-worthy equipment, and create a high points, Sorca legal, competition ready nationwide. That's what we're trying to do. Also fun and good looking, of course, because we have to do that. That's not really much of an option. So the first thing I want to talk about today is bumpers. I've decided I'm going to put on the SSD aluminum, really small profile bumpers that are made for the TRX4. So these are machined aluminum. I love them. I love the look. They fit perfectly on this almost exactly the same size Raffee hard body. The Bronco, of course, for the TRX is a Lexan version. This one is very obviously hard plastic and painted on the outside, of course. This was done by Shiny Shane. It's totally amazing. He's one of our local crew here in Ontario, and I don't think he's for hire, but he does a really good job for his friends, so thanks, Shane. SSD bumper on the back, and then the SSD Traxxas TRX4 Bronco small profile bumper again in the front. So approach angle is totally insane. I mean, like, really incredible. And you got tons of body protection. So that was the goal. Let's dig in and have a look at how it actually looks and how we got these things mounted. So how do we get these mounted? Basically, the bumpers are designed to use the two-post mount, kind of like this thing. They're designed to use these two posts, and then that fits into the end of the chassis receptacle. It just pokes in. That's the way the bumper should work. Unfortunately, there's a big gap here because this Bronco body is so huge. So I had to make up these cute little 3D printed spacers, and the spacer allows me to mount the bumper here instead of onto the pins that come with it. So I took these off. These pins were on the bumper, and I took these pins off and then just screwed it right into the piece of plastic. So this is one of the versions I tried for spacing and sizing. And then that pins into here, and I also put some shoe goo on it to actually attach the plastic print, the ABS print, right onto the aluminum cross member here that would hold the bumper otherwise. So that's what's happened here. Nice thin profile bumper, chassis mounted, all perfectly acceptable for competition points. I did the same thing up here, and you can see up here there's the two set screws that actually go through the actual pin mounts that are on the bumper. They go right into that bumper receptacle here, and I left the front bumper intact. That's exactly the way it was, and I just simply put in two screws from the bottom. You can also see here I've got my Kinetic Winch Fairlead. This is a two-piece 3D print that I made up, and it actually screws in under the bumper, under where those two bumper pin mounts are to the frame. So that's just a really simple little two-piece. It's like a halved on the circle line. So it's a two-piece winch for my Fairlead, for my Kinetic Winch. Very simple. And we'll talk about that in a different video and what that's all about. And you can see here that the bumper mounts are just simply this, really simple. All aluminum bumper mounts come with the SSD Trail King. Very easy to use, and they're so precisely made. You just plug in the bumper, put in the two attachment screws. I put mine in from the bottom to hold my Fairlead, and that's it. I mean, it's that easy. So that's the story with the bumpers, and there's lots more to show off here, and we'll do that in another video. So Now we've got the bumper mounts on for the Bronco hardbody, and very excited to show off some of these other little tricks. We'll see you next time.